Just comply with law enforcement. Everything will be fine. They are here to help us. Right. Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Thank you all for joining me live. So on April 26, 2024, Jaden Decker was pulled over by Montana State Trooper Donovan Van Note. This incident that we are about to witness is a perfect reason on why we the people need to protect our constitutional rights.
Okay. I'm Trooper Van Note. I'm with the Outfall. How's it going? Oh, okay. I stopped you because you're doing 62? Yeah, I live literally right down the road here in the neighborhood. I didn't even realize until I saw the headlights and everything. I'm just trying to get home and everything. I got you. Where you come from? Florence. I was down to Florence. Hanging out with some buddies. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm down to Florence. Whereabouts in Florence? I think it's at Lane's address, my buddy's stepbrother's place. Oh, okay. Let's see. You got a wallet out? You have a driver's license? Is this your car? Well, it's in my car. Your parents' name? Alright. Registration too. Yeah, registration, proof of insurance if you got it. How was your buddy's house? Good. Jaden? Over on Lane. I know where that's at. Hey, Jaden, how come in your driver's license photo your eyes are nice and clear and tonight they're all bloodshot and watery?
How come in your license photo your eyes are clear and tonight they're all bloodshot and watery?
I'm not sure. I'm sober. I mean, any alcohol or any marijuana? Hang on here for just a sec. Okay, Jaden. Here's what we're going to do. Don't turn off the car. There you go. Set your wallet down there or whatever. Unlock the door. We're going to step out of the car and we're going to do some standardized field sobriety testing. Hey.
All right, Jaden, here's what we're going to do. Not a question. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to step out of the car, which for everybody, you are required to step out of a vehicle for officer safety. I don't agree, but Pennsylvania v. Mims, Supreme Court says you have to step out of the vehicle. The minor inconvenience of you being removed from the vehicle, is outweighed by officer safety, right? So he says, we're going to go do field sobriety tests. That's what we're going to do here. And Jaden, right, he's just complying. He's answering all these questions on where he's been, where he's going, everything, right? Nothing to drink, no marijuana, nothing like that. And he says, all right, we're going to do some field sobriety tests. Not do you consent to field sobriety tests, not telling him he has an option whether to do it or not.
Head back towards the front of my car here. Jaden, do you have any weapons on you? I have a pocket left pocket. Okay. Anything other than that? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Just face front of my car there. Okay. Put your hands behind your back. You're not under arrest. I just need to pat you down and make sure you don't have other weapons, okay? With the other side. Any boot knife or boot gun or anything like that? Landmines? No? Nothing like that, huh? Okay. See where this flat section of the thing is right here? I'm going to have a seat right there. You can put your hands on your lap. I'm going to set this on the roof of my car so I won't forget it, okay? Okay, so Jaden, let me explain to you what I'm seeing. The speed was ridiculous. I get here 18 trying to get home. Bloodshot, watery eyes. I can't in good conscience let you leave, so I make sure you're in safe condition to drive. So we need to investigate this thing and go from there. Let me tell you what I'm seeing, because I don't believe there's any kind of mystery in any kind of investigation that I'm doing. Okay. I'm seeing some impairment. Okay. When's the last time you used marijuana? You've never used marijuana? Never vaped THC? Not today? Not at some point this week? Okay. Because speed could be here or there, but that's a very common sign of impairment for people who use cannabis.
It's a very common sign of impairment for people who use cannabis. They go fast. Really, that's a sign of cannabis use is that people drive fast. Interesting. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's so important to know your rights and to have your rights protected at all times. Look at all the questions that he's asking Jaden here. And Jaden, not knowing any better, is giving up all these answers to him, telling him everything. Listen, I've never used marijuana. I'm not intoxicated in any way. I'm coming from my friend's house. The minute he said he's coming from his friend's house, the officer's like, oh, he was partying with his friend, and now he's coming out here driving, speeding on the road. And again, that's why it's so important to know your constitutional rights. That is why Lackluster and I came up with Attorney Shield. It is not just to push a product, ladies and gentlemen. It is to help each and every one of us, all Americans, because this happened at 1 o'clock in the morning, I believe. 1 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's asleep. Attorney Shield's not asleep. Jaden could have hit the button, had an attorney instantly. Again, instantly had an attorney, and none of this would have taken place. This unlawful arrest, none of these questions. Jaden would have been advised of his rights, and the officer would have been dealing with the attorney. None of this would have happened. Would he have gotten out of his speeding ticket? No, he wouldn't have got out of his speeding ticket. Attorney Shield's meant to protect your constitutional rights and make sure everybody gets home safe. We have a whole bunch of features with Attorney Shield, whether it's recording and sending it to the secure cloud, immediately notifying your emergency contact, you've had a police interaction, secure PIN to stop the officer from shutting off your recording. There's so many great features, but the number one feature is it gets you home safe, right? And that's why Lackluster and I and our partners wanted to start Attorney Shield, to protect everybody. That's our goal. This is not somebody who sponsored me or anything like that. This is something, and I want to thank each and every one of you who have signed up already and have become a member of Attorney Shield. This is about affecting change. The more people who have Attorney Shield on their phone and have an attorney at 1 o'clock in the morning in their pocket, people are going to go home safe. It becomes a much more powerful platform. And from day one, I've told each and every one of you, my goal is to affect, and my mission is to affect change in law enforcement. And that's what Attorney Shield will do. It'll bring law enforcement. They hate it. They will say that you don't need your rights advised. Check this out. This is one of our members of Attorney Shield. Check this out.
My lawyer. Okay, why do we need to talk with her?
Because he has a right to have his attorney present during any questioning by police. That is why, sir.
Okay, this is a traffic stop. So I don't know who she is or whatever. I mean, this is a traffic stop. You're not being questioned. You don't need your rights advised on a traffic stop.
You do not need your rights advised on a traffic stop. Look at the contempt in this officer's face and his tone. You do not need this attorney here. I'm not questioning you. Tell Jaden Decker that. Jaden Decker lost his freedom on a traffic stop for committing no crimes other than a simple infraction of speeding. But yet officers would have you believe that you don't need an attorney during this interaction on traffic stops because everything's going to be okay. You work with us, we'll work with you, right? Ask Jaden if that's the case.
Thank you. See how much of an asshole he is? You don't need your rights on a traffic. Then when do you need them?
You need them always. That's when you need them. All right, let's get back to this video.
62 and the 35. That's pretty fast, right?
Does not look like he was going 62 miles an hour. And again, it's just ridiculous. The amount of propaganda that's being spewed about law enforcement, they're heroes. This cop is no hero. There's a lot of them. What just happened to Sonia Massey in Illinois? That video got age restricted. I put out the body camera footage yesterday. It got age restricted. No one's watching it. It's still up. You can go watch it. But it's important to highlight these officers' misconduct. And again, my mission is to affect change in law enforcement. We've seen me file 1 million complaints. We've seen me file lawsuits. They'll fight me tooth and nail. That's why we came up with Attorney Shield. It is part of our mission to affect change. That's what this is about. This is about affecting change. All of my partners in the Attorney Shield are in the same agreement. And that's why, for my viewers, if you want to sign up, there's a link in the description. If you already signed up, thank you. But if you want to sign up for $8 a month, you get 10% off. Hit the link in the description.
Another indication is lack of convergence. Definite lack
Another indication is a lack of convergence. Let me know in the chat right here if what does that mean? I don't really know what that means. Maybe I'm missing something. What does a lack of convergence mean?
Have is the bloodshot watery eyes. That's common with cannabis.
You know what else is bloodshot watery eyes is common with, officer? Being tired, having allergies, but they don't tell you any of that. Again, none of this would have been happening if Jaden would have had an attorney right there at 1 o'clock in the morning to protect his rights. If we could save one person from being put in a jail cell unlawfully, it's worth it. And the more of us that have it, the more of change we can affect. Jaden, I just want to tell you right now, if you're watching this video, I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to give you an Attorney Shield membership for free, so that way this never happens to you again.
Okay. Another thing is at least 2 scores on the walk and turn test. You had at least 2, probably 3. I'll have to double check my notes in my head. On the one-leg stand, you just had the swaying. Okay. On the modified Romberg, you did 31 seconds, which is pretty right on as far as the time estimation. Pretty heavy eyelid trimmers. And sway. Finger nose, kind of the same thing. Heavy eyelid trimmers, you missed about 2 out of the 6 attempts. Okay. So everything's pointing toward cannabis use. Okay.
I cut out the field sobriety test, ladies and gentlemen, but I watched them all. Again, go check out. I'll put a link to Jaden's video, the full video, if you want to go watch it in the description of this video. But, you know, he did absolutely fine. This officer is just wanting to arrest somebody. Why do they want to just arrest people? Why would they do that, you say? Because that's how they get promotions. That's how they get pay raises. That's how they look cool in front of their brothers in blue, because of how many arrests they have. An officer's not asking questions to be nice to you and be your friend. He's investigating you to put you in jail. Always remember that. In any police interaction, that's what they're doing. And that's why you need protection of your rights.
You want to change your story at all? No. I mean, if you have a test, is there a way to protect you? Okay. Would you need a test? I mean, I know I'm sober. I haven't done nothing. Okay.
I know I'm sober. I didn't do anything. Test me. Give me whatever tests you want.
But, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect you. No, I don't feel disrespected at all, man. If you feel that's necessary, I'm more than compliant to take it. I'm not impaired. You know, that's my thing, is especially with the balance thing too. Specifically, that was in my head. It's just nervous system, you know, trembling a little bit.
Yeah, Jaden, of course you're nervous. You're being pulled over by law enforcement. He's asking you a whole bunch of questions. You don't know what to do. You're not recording, which you should be recording. Again, you have to record all your interactions with law enforcement. He's trying to put you in jail. Of course you'd be nervous. Of course you would. Of course.
I'm sure you hear this from everybody, so I know it's not a special. Can I take the pulse real fast? Okay, so just relax just like that. Just leave your arm just kind of back. Just relax on right about 90 beats per minute. Well, it's higher than average, which is pretty common with cannabis use.
Everything to this officer is common with cannabis use. Everything. According to the American Heart Association, the average resting heartbeat is between 60 and 100 beats per minute. Jaden's was 90. Again, the officer lied. Again, all unnecessary. This never should have happened. That's his 4th time, ladies and gentlemen, 4th time telling this officer, Donovan Van Note, that he is very willing to take any sort of test that this officer would. He is complying. He is complying with everything, answering questions, doing everything that bootlickers and sheep in our country would tell you, that would let you out of a ticket, that would, you know, everything's going to go smoothly for you. He's doing everything by the sheep's book and the bootlicker's book.
Okay. Here's what I got. I'm headed down this way, and I see a pair of headlights come whipping around the corner, doing about 50, up into 35. to about 62 before this 35 sign where I'm pulled over. He sees me pull over. He hits the brakes hard. Yeah, I'll get him pulled over. He's 18. He said I'm kind of late getting home, so he lives on this down the road. Okay. Eyes are bloodshot. He has no smell of marijuana, no admission to use of marijuana. So I've got cannabis impairment. I explained that all to him. He said, I'll take any test you want me to take. I'm like, so I'm going to grab my PBT, ask him to take PBT just to eliminate alcohol. Yep. We're going to go from there. Cool. Yep.
It's 100% cannabis use, cannabis impairment, no smell of cannabis, no signs other than, watery bloodshot eyes, which again could be any number of things, being tired, allergies. Just this officer's hung up on putting this innocent man, this 18-year-old kid, in jail. Putting him in jail. Why? Because they're not our friends. They're not wanting to help you. He's not making sure he gets home safe. He doesn't care about him getting home safe. He doesn't. He's wanting to put him in jail. You see it here clearly.
It is. Can you grab that end of the straw for me? 0.000, which is what we're expecting, right? Because you don't have any alcohol in your system, right? Okay. But I've seen quite a few cannabis dealers in the last month. All of it just like this. Don't stand up. Turn around, face front of my car. At this point, brother, you're under arrest for DUI. Drugs. Take it one step at a time so that you know exactly what's going on. Okay? You have a marijuana test?
Do you have again, for the fifth time, do you have a marijuana test you can provide? Jaden says he's never done marijuana in his life. Didn't drink that night. Nothing. And look at him. He's being placed in handcuffs, ladies and gentlemen. He's being placed in handcuffs and taken to a cell. His freedom, an American, our fellow American, lost his freedom because he complied. He complied. He did everything. This would not be happening if Jaden had attorney shield. Never. This would never happen because the officer would have never got him to do these, manipulated him into answering all these questions, acting like his friend, doing the FST test. This is ridiculous. It really makes me so angry to see a fellow American of mine being put in jail, this 18-year-old kid being put in jail for complying, for doing what all the bootlickers say you should do.
So there is one. All right, well, like I said, one step at a time.
So there is one, just one step at a time. So Jaden ended up getting arrested that night, spent the night in jail, had to hire attorneys, spend all this money, lose his freedom. He went to a hospital. He tested negative for blood alcohol content, no stimulants or anything whatsoever. He went and tested negative for THC. So for those of you who partake in marijuana and know things about it, you know that even if you smoked marijuana, a week ago, it's going to show up. He had 0 on the exam for marijuana because, like he said, he doesn't use marijuana. So it would come up 0. Absolutely nothing. But if you used marijuana a week ago and it came up, now are you going to go to prison? Are you going to go to jail and potentially prison because you use marijuana? It's ridiculous. This is why we all need to protect our rights. What else can we do? We saw what happened with Sonia Massey in Illinois, in Springfield, Illinois. If you didn't see that video, it's my last posted video. YouTube is 100% censoring it. It has like 40,000 views or 30-something thousand views as opposed to the hundreds of thousands of views I normally get because they don't want you to see the truth. Sonia Massey was murdered in cold blood by Deputy Sean Grayson. I'm sure most of you have seen the video by now. If you haven't seen it on my channel, you've definitely seen it elsewhere. It's all over now. But she was murdered in cold blood. What is going to change law enforcement? That's what I asked myself. What is going to really change law enforcement? What is it going to take? Because the unions are really powerful, ladies and gentlemen. They're super powerful, and they're out there, and they're fighting for these officers. Who's fighting for us? It's not our elected officials. Some of them are promoting that same police propaganda. Elected officials don't care. Law enforcement has, especially in my county, in Suffolk County, they have the politicians in their pocket. So, of course, there's going to be no accountability, no transparency, and that's what we're fighting for here. So I sat down and I thought, what could help? Giving someone 24/7 access to an attorney, securing their video, doing everything we can. I'm trying to help the people. That's what we are Attorney Shield trying to do. We're trying to help we the people take back our power and protect ourselves. And our mission is to make sure everybody goes home safely. If you want to get out of a speeding ticket, that's not what the Attorney Shield is going to do for you, ladies and gentlemen. But it will help you get home safe. And it will help you protect your constitutional rights, because people get nervous. How many people in the chat, when you get pulled over by the police, let me know in the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. When you get pulled over by the police, are you nervous? I used to be, before I had a million interactions with law enforcement. You get nervous. You start shaking. You do this, etc., etc. Look how the cops act when they pull us over. They get nervous. They're scared for their lives every single time. You see what happened with acorns falling on the roof of a car, right? Now it's a boiling water pot. It's every week. It's a new thing. Every month, it's a new thing. It's acorns. It's water. They're scared of their own shadow. And there's some good law enforcement officers out there, but it's a systemic problem, ladies and gentlemen, in law enforcement. It's a systemic problem. And the only way to do it is we got to take our power in our own hands and protect our own rights. So again, thank you for everybody that signed up for Attorney Shield. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to sign up, the link is in the description of this video. As always, stay safe. You know what? I'm going to take some comments. Yeah, look, everybody gets nervous. You see that? Rogue Nation doesn't get nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I see Rogue Nation in the chat. He doesn't get nervous. I wouldn't expect you to, Rogue. Again, everybody, and I agree with that comment. They want us all to be sheep. They all want us. They just want us to be compliant sheep and licking the boot and calling officers heroes. Again, are there law enforcement officers that are heroes? Is there a law enforcement officer that ran into a house and saved a child from a burning building? I'm sure that's happened before. I'm sure a law enforcement officer has stopped a bad guy attempting to hurt people. Yeah, you could be a hero, but the overall theme of law enforcement are heroes. Go to any law enforcement. They have signs that propaganda signs right in front of their precincts. Heroes work here. Law enforcement officers, there are heroes. You have to respect and obey them. They're the authorities, right? Where did we start calling law enforcement the authorities? What exactly are they the authority of? They're not the authority of me. They're not the authority of any of you. They're authority of maybe criminals. It's insane. I wanted to just get this super chat here. Steven Sanders, you're my hero. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, they're only trying to strengthen the police. There's proposals for full immunity for law enforcement. It's not like qualified immunity is bad enough. There's so much going on in our government. Time to wake up. Wake up, protect your rights, get knowledgeable about it. Let's start something together. Let's work together and really start something. The amount of power that we can have as we the people, with all of us coming together. Officers will be terrified on traffic stops. Does he have Attorney Shield or not? Because guess what? Not only that, if they do violate your rights, the mainstream media won't cover it. They won't cover even me. They're not going to cover you for having your rights violated. Jaden Decker didn't get any mainstream media attention. Did you see him on CNN, MSNBC for an American getting his rights violated and taken to jail? No. But if he had Attorney Shield, we would have gotten the video in our secure folder. We would have got a report from our attorneys saying this is what happened here. And Lackluster and I, two of the biggest channels out here in police accountability, would have covered it. Thankfully, Jaden Decker's charges were dropped. Again, Jaden, if you watch this video, reach out to me. I'm going to be reaching out to Jaden, and I'm going to be making sure he gets an Attorney Shield membership. But something needs to change. If you guys have anything better, let me know in the comment section. It's insane. There's a bunch of case law. I agree. There's a bunch of case law we can change. It's absolutely insane. It's crazy. Cameras, calm answers, quiet demeanor. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. All right, guys. I really appreciate all 1,600 of you joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for your support. Without your support, none of this is possible. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Insane video dropping. If you remember Captain Karen, for those of you who remember Captain Karen from Binghamton, we have an update on her. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that. But anyways, guys, I love you all. Stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.